My name is Carla Ennenbach. I'm class of 2019. I graduated in 2019. And now I study in Munich, Germany at Ludwig Maximillian University, Munich. And I study pharmacy. Yeah, interesting question. It was more of a difficult decision for me, let's say, because I was always a bit unsure with what I want to study. I always knew that I wanted to do something with the sciences related to like biology, chemistry and stuff. And I thought about medicine, but that didn't really work out. So then I thought about pharmacy and then I just tried it out and liked it, and I'm still continuing and so for students who do not know where to study or what to study, which I can relate to a lot, I would say, don't stress out too much. And if you're really unsure, then I would advise to start something where you think, okay, you might like this. And because then starting something and then starting and being at university and going through uni life, that also kind of helps and gets experiences and stuff. And that can help you then decide and see if you actually like this or not. And you can still change and switch to a different course. Just go for something. I mean, you always have sort of an idea of what kind of subject areas you might like. So that's what I would do. And that's what I did as well. Yes, I do think IB has definitely helped me at university, especially now studying at a German university. It is obviously, helped me with my English skills. And for example, I have a lot of labs at university with my course. I'm in the lab a lot. And often we have international assistants in the lab. So with the English that helped. And also with lab reports, also very specific to my course, comparing myself to other students, they didn't really write that many lab reports during school. And we definitely, with IAs and everything, we had a lot of lab reports. So I know how to structure a lab report and write that. But also, for example, with essay writing or applications, it has also helped me. I feel like I find, writing applications not that challenging anymore. Thinking back to when I applied for my Erasmus program here, I had to write like a personal statement kind of. But then also the more typical things, for example, time management and everything, doing the IB, you have to be sort of on managing your time and on top of things and sort of taking initiative, because I feel like during the IB you have to do things by yourself and then take initiative, and that's really helpful. When comparing school to university, I would say are quite different. I mean, university, you're a much larger scale, much more people, larger classes, and especially at MSF, we had like really, really small classes and much more sort of intimate with the teachers, and you felt more comfortable, I guess, to ask questions, and you were more seen as an individual, whereas at uni, you kind of, when you sit in a classroom with like 300 people, you don't really get recognized by your professor. So it's much larger scale. And then for me personally, I would say at uni, it's much more self-study. And I mean, you have your lectures and you go to them and the professors explain the things, but then if you don't understand it, you should look at it yourself and do self-study, go to the library, read through some books and stuff. So you really have to be very independent and make sure that you don't fall behind, and that you keep up with your studies and are on top of things. And another thing I would say is that, it makes sense as well, when you choose a course, you go way more in depth into the thing you chose. For example, now with me and pharmacy, it's way, way, way more in depth with chemistry and stuff than the things we did at school. And we go through topics way more quickly than what we did at school. So I would say also, I appreciate that. In school, it goes more slow and you can ask questions, because at uni it's more, fast paced, I guess. But so advice for students who are now doing the IB, I would say, the very typical thing that probably everyone says with time management. And what always helped me is I made myself like to-do lists, and I wrote down like the assignments I had, so I don't forget something, and I'm still keeping track of everything. And make sure you have like kind of a structure and you know what you want to do when, maybe do like a plan or something like that. I mean, everyone has to know if that works for them or not. Be on top of things and don't procrastinate too much, because you will kind of yeah, drown. But then I would also say not to stress too much and don't forget to enjoy your time and enjoy school life, because I do think, I mean, it is enjoyable being there with your classmates and everything. So yeah, make sure you kind of have a balance, I guess, of like, yeah, working hard and doing your stuff, but also having fun. And so I would say kind of know where you want to go. For example, if you want to study medicine, you do have to get good grades, and it is more important than to really, really yeah, work hard to get there. But then for other courses, it might not be as important. So then don't put too much pressure on yourself. Thinking about where you want to study, I mean, really depends. If you have, I would look more at the city kind of you want to go to, and not necessarily the specific university, or focus too much on like university rankings. I mean, okay, there's maybe some people where they sort of value that more than want to go to like a really good university, then yeah. But for me personally, I would look more at which city you want to go to, or if you want to go to sort of a city university or more of a campus university, because I mean, you're going to be living there for a long time. So you do kind of want to make sure that you're happy and that you feel comfortable and at home and stuff. So yeah, and if you don't get accepted to your first choice or anything, then I also wouldn't stress too much, because I feel like you can really, it doesn't necessarily matter that much where you go, because if you meet the right people, then you can always, you know, you always feel at home, and you can always make it suit for you. And yeah. Yeah, so for me, the application process, I remember I applied for the UK for universities. I applied for medicine and pharmacy as well. And yeah, that was the very, I guess, typical process with personal statement. And I had to, for medicine, you have to do the UK CAT, I think I did, which is sort of a medicine test. And yeah, with personal statement and everything, and getting like letters of recommendation. But then I also applied for German universities, and that's a very, very different process, sort of. I guess it's a bit less complicated, because you just apply also through an online portal, and the German system is different in the way that they don't, for example, you don't write a personal statement, they look at your grade, and yeah, there's not that much things that you have to send them. And yeah, for most courses, I mean, due to the fact also that you don't have to pay for German universities, and you pay through your taxes and stuff, the system kind of says, okay, everyone has the chance to go to university, which is why they don't filter through that much, I guess, and aren't that picky with certain courses. But with other courses, also for pharmacy, you have the numerus clausus, like an NC, where they look at your grades, and there you have to make sure that you have the correct the grades, and then you should get in. So okay, so my routine at university, I would say get up pretty early, go to a lecture. I have lectures usually in the morning and before lunch. And then I usually have lunch at university with my friends. And with my course, I have a lot of labs, like a lot of labs. So usually in the afternoon, I'm always in the lab until the evening, pretty late. So I have some weeks where I'm pretty much at uni from morning to evening, all day, every day. We usually have that for like a month or something. We have labs every day, and then we're done with that. And then when I'm done with my labs, then I only have lectures in the morning and before lunch, and a bit more free time in the afternoon. So yeah, that's another thing I would say for the course of pharmacy. It's a very, very time-consuming course. Yeah, you're at uni a lot, and you don't have that much free time. But I wouldn't let that scare you, because I mean, it is, you manage and you're with your friends, so it's not that bad. You still have fun. When I'm not doing university stuff, then of course I have my sports. I like to go to the gym, or I don't know, meeting with friends. And I think it's very important that you sort of have that balance, and you don't forget to go out as well and have fun, and that you're not only doing uni work and not only at uni. So especially on the weekends, I like to take my weekends off and not do too much uni work, because I'm at uni during the week all day. So yeah. Yeah, work experience. I mean, in Germany with the pharmacy course, it's mandatory to do 2 months of work experience before the first state exam, I guess it's called in English. In German, Staatsexamen, because my course has Staatsexam. I have 3 different separate state exams I have to write. And before the first one, you have to have 2 months of work experience in a pharmacy, or you can also go into like the industry or in a hospital. So I did that. And then also as part of the pharmacy course, you do 4 years of studying. And then after that, you have 1 year, which is kind of a practical year, which is also fully work experience and working. So I have that coming up, but I haven't really thought about that too much yet because I was very busy with my first state exam. And I still have a bit of time until I'm there. So yeah, but that's something that then I also have to think about if where I want to go, and yeah. And yes, with Erasmus, so yeah, I decided to do a semester abroad and study abroad. I went to, or I am right now still in Dublin, Ireland, studying at Trinity College right now. And I would definitely recommend this to everyone, to do a semester abroad. I think it's a really, really, great experience. You meet so many new people, so many international people. And especially for me, I mean, I was used to, due to school, obviously, I was used to a very international surrounding. And at university, I didn't really have that anymore. And I do kind of miss that, or I did miss it. So for me, that was another reason why I definitely wanted to do a semester abroad and go somewhere else. The smaller scale of everything, having small classes and feeling very comfortable in your classes and very comfortable with your teachers, and not being, I remember I was never felt uncomfortable to ask any sort of question or anything like that. So yeah, I do kind of miss that, especially comparing it to university, and also kind of the family feeling you get from your small classes and knowing your classmates so well. It's just a very intimate kind of environment, which I really like. Yeah, I would say that's something I miss most.